Hi everybody, on today's pizza cooking demo, I am going to show you how to make some cute pizza pockets that you can whip up pretty quick. I'm actually going to bake mine in my toaster oven, so you don't necessarily need an oven for this, but you are going to need some kind of heating source like a toaster oven. You can fill these with whatever you want, but the important thing to start is that you need a pizza crust. So I just got this from the local grocery store. And then you're going to need sauce, cheese, and whatever kind of toppings you want to fit inside. But the more important part about this recipe is the procedure versus what you put inside. We're just putting in the same regular old pizza toppings. If you've seen the other videos, you're going to recognize I'm just using up what I have left over. So first thing you want to do is roll out your pizza crust, and then I'm going to show you how to cut it and how to put these together. Let's get started. I have taken my pre-made pizza dough out of the container, and then you see I have my fancy pizza cutter. Yours might not look like this. Mine just has all the fancy things on it. So what you're gonna wanna do, this will make 6. You kind of stretch it out a little bit, and the first thing you do is just cut it down the middle. And then you're gonna cut these in thirds. Doesn't have to be perfect, but essentially that's what it's gonna look like. Then you're gonna take one of your squares. Oh, I didn't do a very good job cutting. Essentially, you're gonna take one of your squares, you're gonna put your sauce on, your toppings, and fold it over. I will show you what all of that looks like. I've got my toppings in my little square, and now I'm just gonna fold over the empty square, the empty side. And then you're gonna pinch it around the corners. If you want, you could use a fork, which is probably what I'm gonna do to make sure it stays closed. It might be a little messy if you go a little heavy on the sauce. All right. And like I said, you can use whatever toppings you want on this. So I'm gonna go around this with a fork to make sure it's really closed on all the sides. And then that's really it. Then we're just gonna bake it. So I'll show you what else I come up with, and then we'll go over the baking procedure. I've got my little pizza pockets ready. This one's a hot mess, don't pay attention to that. And I did my fork scoring on my pepperoni and cheese ones, and then these ones are just plain cheese. So to fancy mine up a little bit, you by no means do you have to do this, but I want a shiny topping to mine, so I'm gonna do an egg wash. All that is just an egg. I beat it lightly, and I'm gonna brush it on my things, and then I'm gonna put it in my preheated toaster oven. I'm gonna put it in at 425. I have it set for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Again, all toaster ovens are different. I'm doing 425 because that was the recommendation on my pizza crust. So follow along the recommendation on your pizza crust. Don't be surprised if some of your toppings squirt out. That's not the end of the world. That's part of the fun of pizza, right? The mess. And also maybe when it's done, you could eat it with some of your leftover pizza sauce. If you wanted, you could sprinkle a little bit of cheese on here. You could put some garlic, salt, whatever your heart desires. But I'm gonna stick these in my toaster oven, and then I will show you what they look like when they are all done. So I think they turned out pretty good. Look at that, and that shine on there is from my egg wash. I'm gonna let this cool down. Couple things I would say, make sure you really seal those edges like intensely because it'll leak out. And then also I ended up only leaving mine in the toaster oven for probably 12 minutes max. So keep an eye on these in your toaster oven to make sure they don't burn. I also flipped my baking sheet halfway through. So hope you enjoy. Fill it up with whatever your favorite pizza toppings are, and then you can enjoy your very own pizza pocket from the comfort of your own home. Bye guys.